welcome to another video on the YouTube channel. Today we'll be moving through another 30-minute fun, creative vinyasa flow. So 30-minute video is happening on YouTube. If you're interested in joining longer videos, more videos, you can check out the on-demand site, which is linked below, and feel free to reach out if you have questions. All right, for today's practice, just grabbing anything you like to have with you. So maybe blocks, they could come in handy, especially with some of the tricky transitions. That being said, we'll get started on our backs. So we can come and lay down. We're not gonna be here for too long to start. So if you do want a little bit more of a longer warm up or a longer rest at the start of practice, maybe pause the video and then hop back into it when you're ready. I'm going to invite us to come down onto the back body, bringing the soles of the feet together, having the knees fall wide. So just starting here, you could reach the arms over the head. Depending when you're practicing, you may need to move and shift around before you get settled into this place. I like to begin by pressing the soles of the feet together, allowing my hips to lift up slightly, tucking the pelvis under, and then re-resting or resettling the lower back to the mat. And then doing the same thing with the back of the head, the arms, finding more space along the shoulders, along the neck. And then beginning just to take a few deep opening, cleansing breaths. Softening the area around the belly, around the ribs, around the chest, around the face. Can begin to feel the inner edges of the feet opening up. More weight coming to outer edges of feet, ankles. And just allowing the thighs to fall towards the mat. And gentle hip opening here. Taking a couple more breaths, allowing the fingertips to roll in. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breathing, you begin to seal the lips and take your breath in and out through the nose, feeling the way your breath can brush the base of the throat, creating a wave-like sound and a warming sensation. So let's take one more breath here in through the nose. Open the mouth this time, big sigh to release, let it go. Good, we'll start to lengthen the legs long. Again, we can go for a full body stretch as you point your toes, grab the left wrist with the right hand. Inhale, lengthen further. Then exhale, take a little side bend to the right so you can pick your shoulders up, pull the body to the right side, and then cross the left ankle on top of the right thigh. You could even bring your leg slightly to the right so you're getting that nice side bend stretch. Good, as you release, we'll come back to through center. Pull the left knee all the way up towards the left armpit. Take the hands around the left knee, the left shin, and then draw some really big circles. So moving it from left armpit across the body slightly. Could roll out that left ankle at the same time as well. The next time the left knee, the left thigh comes in towards the belly, let's take the hands behind the head, elbows wide. Peel the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, and then float the bottom right leg. Starting to feel the lower back pressing into the floor. We're going to try to lift the chest a little bit higher, and then cross the right elbow towards the left knee. Good. Send the arms outside the left thigh, and we'll start to pulse nice and quick here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold up on one, squeeze. Exhale, take that right hand to glide the left thigh across the body. Open up the arms to a T shape. Just pausing here for a moment. So we're going to continue to roll from our twist. Continue to roll onto that right side body. Let the left arm sweep over your head. Don't change the legs. The left hand's going to plant down. The right hand can come up. And you're facing the back of your mat. You can kind of start to pull that right thigh off to the right side of the body. So my left thigh is opening. The inner thigh is to the mat here. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm getting a stretch through the inner left thigh. You could come up high onto the hands. You could stay low onto the elbows or the forearms, whatever feels best for you. You could even drop all the way down towards the belly. Taking one more breath here, and then we'll come back the way we got in. So left hand down, create space for you to slide your right arm underneath the left arm, right palm face up, and then roll back towards the left shoulder. Let the left arm sweep over the head. You find your twist, and then come all the way back onto the back body. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. We're gonna keep that right leg long again, finding a few rocks up and down. So lifting the right toes up towards the ceiling, rocking up and down the spine a few times. When you're ready to come up to find your seat, plant your left foot, keep the right leg long, sit up as tall as you can, and then invite a fold, left shoulder dropping inside the left thigh. Your hands may reach for the right foot or for the right ankle, whatever feels best. We're gonna keep that left knee lifted though. And then from here, whether you have the foot or the ankle, let's start to rock back, picking the right foot up towards the ceiling. So stepping onto that left foot. If you feel your lower back is rounding, take your left hand behind you and then pull the chest up. And that right knee could always stay slightly bent. Taking one more breath here. As you exhale, you may need to step the left foot forward a little bit. We'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So your seated figure four, hands can come behind you. You could walk the bum closer to the left heel as you lengthen the right knee out. Option to add a little rock from side to side as you press your chest up towards that right shin. Take one more breath. We'll drop our whole shape to the left side. So step your right foot to the floor. Find your hips down towards the mat. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, take your twist to your right. So left elbow wraps outside the right thigh. Right hand can come behind you as you rest the shoulders away from the ears. You could stay, if you work with bind, right arm can come around the lower back. Maybe setting the left arm underneath that right knee. Keep squeezing the right inner thigh towards the belly. One more breath. As you exhale, take your counter twist, come all the way to the left, plant your hands. You're facing the back of the mat. The feet are not going to move as you pick the hips up. Don't move the feet. Keep walking over that left shoulder. Keep turning the toes forward. Keep walking to the left. Eventually, left leg will be crossed in front of the right. You can walk your hands more to the left as we stay in this fold. You could come to the outer edges of the feet as you sink your hips to the right side of the mat. And then walk your hands to the left. So you're going kind of in opposite ways within this twist, chin to the chest. Good, we'll walk our hands back through center, take the feet underneath the hips. From here, let's bend the knees quite deeply. Sit all the way down onto the heels and then grab your hands to the backs of the ankles. Seeing if you could lift your heels here so you're high up onto the toes. Take an inhale as you exhale, drop your heels. Keep your hands where they are, straighten the legs, and pull your belly towards your thighs, chin to chest. Again, we'll pull the chest slightly forward. Don't move the hands. Bend your knees, sit the bum all the way down towards the heels. Let your heels lift as you rise up onto the toes. Test your balance. One more time, heels drop. Keep your hands where they are. Straighten your legs, lift your hips, pulling yourself into that forward fold, belly to thighs, chin to chest. One more breath in this deep forward fold. Exhale, hands will plant down. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Find high plank. Press down into the hands to grow up taller. You have the option to stay here. You could try coming up onto left fingertips, right fingertips, and then back down to left palm and right palm. And if you want to try that from the knees, strengthening into the wrists here, 2 more rounds of breath. And if it's just not working for you today, keep the palms down. Stay in your high plank. Let's all start to meet back into plank. So palms down, shoulders over the wrists, big breath in. Exhale, lift your hips all the way up and back. Take downward facing dog. 3 breaths here to settle. Pedal out through the feet. Bend one knee, straighten the other. Shake your hips from side to side. Let your head move from side to side. Starting to make this shape feel quite restful and enjoyable. One more breath in downward facing dog. Good, when you're ready, let's sweep the right toes up towards the ceiling, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, pull the right knee in towards the nose, step through the hands. Drop your back knee down towards the mat, low lunge. We'll keep the back toes tucked and then reach the fingertips behind you. Okay, so palms facing down, shoulders away from the ears. As if you want to squeeze the pinky fingers together, can you sink your back left hip just a little bit more towards the mat? And then take an inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the sky, find your full low lunge. Gathering your hands towards the heart center, invite a little twist to the right. You could just stay here, lifted in the chest. You could start to drop the left elbow outside the right thigh. Back knee is going to stay down. If you have the connection elbow to thigh, twist a little bit deeper as you look over that right shoulder. Good, release, come back through center, drop your hands inside the right foot, heel toe your right foot off to the right side of the mat, turn your right toes out. We're gonna tuck the back toes if they weren't already tucked. Lift the back knee and step, left foot outside, left hand. Yogi squat at the front of the mat. So toes out, heels in, elbows to inner thighs, thumbs to heart center. Begin to rock here for a moment. Move from left foot to right foot, dropping tailbone, lifting heart. Good, so if you're really open in the hips, you're gonna start to find a seat from here, dropping the bum as you reach your arms forward. You may need to swing the legs around to come back down to your seat. Feet plant, sit tall, inhale, no rush. Using the core as you roll all the way back down to the floor. Right back to where we started. Full body stretch. Reaching the arms over the head, we'll grab onto the right wrist with the left hand. Take a little side bend to the left, so pick your shoulders up, move your body to the left side, and then place the right ankle on top of the left ankle. You could take your legs a little bit to the left side as well, stretching through right side. Good, come back through center. Right knee is going to lift all the way up towards the right armpit. Take your hands onto the knee or the shin and then draw some really big circles here. Right knee to right armpit, right thigh crossing the belly, maybe slightly to the left, and you could roll out the ankle as well. We'll pause when the right knee comes in towards the belly. Take the hands behind the head, elbows wide. Peel your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Flex your feet and float the bottom left leg. So you want to already be in this place where we can feel almost this kind of pelvic bowl here, rooting down, core is active. Take an inhale, lift higher, exhale, cross left knee to right elbow. We're gonna try to lift the right shoulder off the mat a little bit more as you reach the arms outside the right knee and take your little pulses. We go up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold on one, lift. As you exhale, left hand glides the right thigh across your body, open up the arms to a T shape, come into your twist. Right shoulder melting to the floor. One breath here, and then we'll go into that little weird transition. Right arm's gonna sweep all the way over the head. Don't move the legs. You're facing the back of the mat, the right hand will come down. So you can see better on this side, my right knee, the inner edge of the right knee is down. And then I can stay, kind of just rolling myself all the way to the belly. So I'm like sleeping on the belly, if you're a belly sleeper, that position. Or if you wanted a little bit more, you could come up all the way onto the hands. You could come up to the elbows or the forearms. So just allowing that inner thigh to melt to the floor, not creating tension or anything in the neck. And then we'll come back. So right hand will come up enough so you can slide the left arm underneath the right, left palm faces up. Roll back the same way you came in. Right arm sweeps over your head, you roll towards the right shoulder and then meet back with the right knee in towards the chest. Take your hands onto the right shin bone, float the left leg, and we start to take a rock up and down the spine. Holding onto the right knee, doing that as many times as you need as you come up to a seat. Right foot plants, left leg long. Sit tall, you could just hold on to that right shin. You could add a little fold as you reach inside the right leg for the left foot or the left ankle. Continuing to try to hug your right knee in towards you. And then from here, when you're ready, grab the ankle or the foot, rock back, kick the left heel up towards the ceiling, chest lifts, good. And then again, you could always use your right hand behind you to lengthen up out of your lower back. One more big breath here. And then let's go ahead and cross that left ankle over the right thigh. You may need to take a further step forward with the right foot, hands behind you, seated figure four. I'm gonna press my bum closer to the heel, press my chest up, little rock if it feels nice, side to side, opening up through the outer left hip. Staying with Ujjayi breathing. To release, we'll fall to the right side, left foot finds the floor, sit up tall, equal weight into both sitting bones, and then exhale, take your twist. Right elbow wraps outside the left thigh bone. Left hand stays behind you, squeezing that inner thigh to the belly. Staying, you could add the bind, left arm around the lower back. Right arm threads through the hole you created in that left leg. Good, let's unwind all the way to the right. So you're facing the back of your mat. Feet do not move. Let's press into the feet, lift your hips up. Just continue to look over your right shoulder and turn your toes to the front of the mat. So just keep going to the right. Right leg will eventually be in front of the left. You may need to adjust the feet a little bit. And then walk your hands a little bit more to the right side. You can roll to the outer edges of the feet. Send your hips to the left. Nice deep outer leg stretch here. Then we'll bring the hands through center, hands underneath the feet, underneath the face. Take your feet underneath your hips. This time we'll inhale, lengthen, long spine, flat back, and exhale, taking your forward folds. So one more time like that. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to forward fold. Good. Planting your hands to the floor. Step the left foot back, step the right foot back. Find that high plank again. Good. From this high plank, you can drop the knees for all of this. We're gonna take one big giant step forward with the hands. So to the front of the mat, we have a really long plank now. Press back through the heels, arms are straight, and then you could tuck your chin towards your chest. Press your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Maybe you walk your feet a little bit further back. So we really start to get into that upper core here. We're gonna hold for another 3 breaths. Let your head be in between the arms. You could always go wider, almost like the body is at a hover to the mat. Squeeze the core tight. One more breath in. Good. As you exhale, bring your knees down, untuck your toes, melt your hips, your thighs, and bring your elbows to the mat, Sphinx pose. Good. As you find that Sphinx, pull the chest through the thumbs, tops of your feet press down, stay here. To go deeper into back bend, dial the hands out, find seal pose, lift up, or even walk your hands closer towards you for cobra. Shoulders stay soft. One last breath here. And then we'll slowly lower ourselves all the way down towards the floor. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, come straight up to table or plank. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Just one breath this time, in through the nose, starting to feel the tailbone lifting higher, the fingers spreading wide, and out through the mouth. Again, when you're ready, float the left leg up towards the ceiling, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, left knee in towards the nose. Shoulder stack over the wrist, step the left foot through the hands, and then drop your back knee down to the floor. Keep your toes tucked. Send your fingertips behind you. So chest forward, crown of the head forward as if you're trying to connect the pinky fingers. Low runner's lunge here. Sending that back right hip down towards the floor to feel the stretch. One more breath, and then fingertips will sweep all the way up, settling into the low lunge. As you exhale, hands come down towards the heart center. Inhale here, exhale, invite a twist to the left. Your chest can stay lifted, or you can start to try to reach that right elbow outside the left thigh, and then you get a little bit of resistance to go deeper into your twist. long through your spine. Good, coming all the way back through center. Let your hands come down inside the left foot. Heel toe your left foot off to the left side of your mat, toes out. Plant your hands, lift your back knee, step forward into your yogi squat again, toes out, heels in. Drop the bum towards the mat. We're just going to be here for a moment, moving through a few of our little power plies. So when you're ready, inhale, we'll press into the feet, rise up, arms to the sky, squeeze the glutes, and then exhale, come right back down, knees over the toes. 4 more times, a little faster. Inhale up, exhale down. 3 more, inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more, inhale up. Exhale down. Last one, inhale all the way up. Exhale, we'll come all the way down, plant the hands, step or hop back, high plank, moving through your first vinyasa chaturanga, elbows bend halfway. Inhale, pull yourself through to up dog or cobra. And then exhale, come up over the toes, downward facing dog. Good. From here, inhale, round to curl yourself forward to plank, shoulders over wrists. Let's float the right toes away from the mat, 3-legged plank. As you exhale, stay in plank, tap your right knee towards the left elbow, and then kick that right foot out. So come to the outer edge of right foot, inner edge of left foot, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. From here, left hand will come down to the mat. Move really slowly, come up onto the back left toes, glide the right foot through center, come all the way to the other side. Outer edge of left foot, right foot steps behind you, right arm lifts up, take your foot dog, let your head go. Again, slow transition here, right hand finds the mat, float yourself all the way back to plank and then step your right foot through the hands. This time we'll walk around to the left, come to the back of the mat. Left knee bends, right leg lifts, or right leg straightens, right toes lift, coming into your side runner's lunge. So you could stay here, hands down, your bum may be a little bit higher and that's fine, you're working the heel to the mat. If you feel comfortable, extend the arms out to a T shape, back of the neck stays long. We're gonna press off that back foot, come into warrior 2 at the front of our space. Front right knee bends, gaze forward over the right fingertips. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, take a reverse left hand down, back thigh, right arm over your head, and then straighten out the front leg. Find a stretch from right fingertips to right toes. Windmill your hands, frame the right foot, come high up onto the back left toes. Sweep your right leg up and back. Take 3-legged down dog. 1 inhale here. Exhale, you're gonna cross the right knee, the right ankle on top of the left thigh, and then sit your bum back more into down dog. So you're kind of using that resistance of the right ankle pressing above the left knee, sending the left heel down to the floor. Keep the legs where they are. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Okay, we're gonna find a little soft bend into the left knee, finding a 1-legged chair here. Your fingertips may need to lift. You could meet us here, a little bit higher with the chest as you press that right knee down, or you're staying in your full chin to chest. Good, finding that balance. When you're ready, we'll come all the way up, right knee towards the chest, stand tall. Exhale, step your right foot down. Hinge your hips back, belly to thighs, and then walk yourself forward. Find your high plank position. Shoulders stack over the wrists. Good, finishing this off on the other side as you inhale breath. We float the left toes away from the floor. Shoulders stay over the wrists as you exhale. Tap your left knee to the right elbow. Come to the inner edge of right foot, kick the left leg out. Outer edge of left foot, lift your hips up. Reach the right arm to the sky. As you breathe out, right hand comes down. Find the toes of the back foot first, and then really slowly drag the left foot through center. Coming to the other side, right hand down, outer edge of right foot. Step your left toes behind you. Lift your chest, reach the left arm, flip dog. And then final one here, left hand finds the floor. Really slowly come up onto the back toes. Step the left foot through the hands. Nice. We're gonna walk around to the right. Bend the back right knee. Left leg straightens, left toes lift, side runner's lunge. And again, last time you're here, you can stay with the hands. You're maybe up higher. Option for the arms to float out to your T shape. We're trying to stretch nice and deep into the groin, into the inner thigh. We'll push off that back right foot, land into warrior two at the front of the mat. Left knee bends, gaze forward over left fingertips. Reach forward as you inhale, breath, exhale, reverse right hand down, back thigh, left arm over your head. Windmill your hands, frame out left foot, come high up onto the back right toes. Kick your left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, cross your left heel or your left ankle over the right thigh. Left knee's pointing out, and then use that to press the right heel down. So you may need to add a little bend into the right knee right away, making sure that that left leg is not on the knee as you start to walk your way back, hands to feet. From here, you can adjust where that left leg is. Right knee stays a little bit bent. Coming into some balance, you're either staying in a fold, belly towards left shin, or the chest may start to come up higher, hands to shin. Pressing the hips back to create that ledge. And then we'll release, stand tall, left knee to the chest, big breath in. Exhale, step the left foot underneath the hips. Final time, hinge the hips back and release into your forward folds. Walk yourself all the way forward, come through high plank, last chaturanga here if you'd like. Elbows bend halfway. Pull yourself through up dog, cobra, find your back bend. And then exhale, come all the way over the toes, downward facing dog. One last final inhale through nose. One big giant breath out through the mouth. We'll come up onto the toes, look between the thumbs, coming down to a seat at the front of the mat. You can hop through, you can step through, you can cross your ankles and come all the way down. Once you arrive, take your feet wide onto the mat, knees up, hands behind you, and just let your knees fall from side to side. You can pack a lot into a 30-minute practice. So doing that a few times just to release the hips. And then whenever you feel ready, whenever you feel like the heart rate has started to slow down, we'll come all the way back onto our back body. So sitting up tall and slowly, with control, begin to roll all the way back down to the floor. So as you land onto the mat, if you feel ready to just settle into rest, you can go ahead and just pause, take this time. If you feel like there's any last movements the body needs before you settle into Shavasana, you could take that as well. So listening intuitively to the body, seeing if it is ready for rest at this point, or if there is more that you need before you find stillness. Maybe you start to come full circle back to this place where you started, feet together, knees wide. Finding our diamond shape, finding release into the lower back. And then having the arms over your head, slight bend into the elbows, palms face up. Unclenching your jaw, softening the face. Seeing if we can take a little bit of deeper breaths down into the pits of our belly, the belly button or lower. Just checking in with how you're feeling at this point after moving, after breathing. Whether this practice seemed easy for you or hard for you, letting that go. And finding a moment of gratitude or stillness with the fact that you showed up and you moved. If you haven't already started to find your rest beginning to settle, and taking as much time as you can in your Shavasana or resting shape. So again, thank you for joining this nice and quick 30-minute little creative flow. If you have any questions or feedback, if you have any suggestions for the next video, I'd be happy to hear from you. And if you're interested in joining in to longer videos, you can join the on-demand site. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much for following along to this practice, and I will see you soon.